Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We'll continue with chapter number 7, Rocks and Rock Types. In the previous video, we have talked about the meaning of rock and the types of rock, in which we have studied about igneous rock. Today we'll see about the other types of rock. Let us begin with sedimentary rocks. Now we know that rocks are exposed to variation in temperature, sometimes extreme heat and sometimes extreme coldness. Now you know, if our skin is affected by the coldness in winter season and it becomes dry, the rock which is continuously exposed to extreme heat or extreme coldness will also develop cracks because of this continuous variation in temperature. So as it is as the rock is exposed to heat, it will expand. When it is winter season or when the temperature is cold, the rocks will contract, and because of continuous expansion and contraction, cracks develop in the rock. Ultimately, the rock will break. It will break into finer particles, smaller pieces. Also, the water which is percolating through the rocks, some of the minerals in the rock will get dissolved in that water, making the rock brittle, and this will also lead to the weathering of the rock. Now, what is weathering? Here you can see the sedimentary rock having different layers. So what leads to weathering? We have already seen that continuous variation in temperature leads to crack in rock, and also because of percolating water, and because of which some minerals in the rocks have got dissolved in that water, making the rock brittle and ultimately weathering the rock, breaking the rock. So because of this breaking, disintegration, decomposition, the rocks become smaller in size, and the smaller, finer particles are transported by agents of erosion like the river, glacier, winds, etc. They are transported to the low-lying area where they are deposited. For example, if the river is carrying the soil, the rocks, smaller particles of rocks, it will be carried from the mountainous area where the river begins to the low-lying area. When the river enters the low-lying area, the speed of the river reduces, and the material which the river have carried, it will not be able to carry those materials, so it will be deposited there. So layer after layers of this fine soil, materials and other sediments are deposited one above the other, and the upper layer exerts pressure on the lower layer. Materials get compacted in this way and sedimentary rocks are developed. So the above layer exerts pressure on the lower layer, and because of the pressure, the layers get compressed. Sedimentary rock will be formed. So students, sedimentary rock will be having layers. You can see the different layers in this mountain. One can easily see layers in the sedimentary rock. While layers are getting deposited, the remains of the dead plants and animals get buried in these layers at times. So when layers after layers are being carried by these agents of deposition like river, glacier and winds, this deposited material might also have remains of dead plants and animals, and it might get trapped in these layers. So fossils are found in this sedimentary rock, which is formed because of compression of the layers. So sedimentary rock contains fossils. Fossils are not found in igneous rock that we have studied earlier. Sedimentary rocks are light in weight, they are brittle, and most of the time they are porous. Sandstone is an example of sedimentary rock. So you can see a red sandstone shown here. Limestone is another example of sedimentary rock. Shell and coral are the other examples of sedimentary rock. So sandstone, limestone, shell and corals are the example of sedimentary rock. One may find seam of coal in the sedimentary rock. Now what does coal seams means? These are the beds of the coal, usually which are thicker enough, and this deposition can be easily visible in the sedimentary rock. So among this layer you can see a darker black color layer of coals here. So this is called as coal seams. Let us see what are fossils now. The buried remains of the dead plants or animals are subjected to heavy pressure. We have seen that when the sediments are brought by the agents of erosion, they might bring remains of dead plants and animals, and these remains get trapped among these layers. So the buried means which are hidden, which are inside these layers. Remains means the leftover. So because of heavy pressure, this buried remains of plants and animals get converted, get petrified into fossils. Either the bones or the impression of these dead plants and animal are left on the rock, are marked on the rock. At times they become as hard as a stone, that is, they get petrified. These are called as fossils. So you can see the fossils of prehistoric animals in this picture. So the study of fossil, which is called as paleontology, provides information about the life of that period. So we can come to know about the prehistoric animals and plants by the study of fossils. Now the Red Fort, which is in Delhi, it is constructed using red color sandstone, and this red color sandstone is a type of a sedimentary rock. It is found near Jaipur in Rajasthan, and as this stone is red in color, the entire monument appears red in color, so it is called as Lal Killa or the Red Fort. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock, so it is softer, it is porous, and it can be easily carved. We come to the third type of rock, that is the metamorphic rock. After sedimentary rock, let us understand what is metamorphic rock. Now, because of the volcanic activity and other earth movement constantly taking place on the earth, the igneous and the sedimentary rock are subjected to tremendous pressure and heat. So we know that interior of the earth is very hot. Volcanic activities taking place on the earth's surface in the oceans are the example that interior of the earth is still very hot. This leads to the movement of the plates. That is, there are certain movements taking place inside the earth, and because of these activities, the igneous rock and the sedimentary rock so formed are subjected to tremendous pressure and heat. And as they are subjected to tremendous pressure and heat, a lot of change takes place in the original igneous and sedimentary rock. The entire chemical composition of the original rock gets changed. The crystals in the original rock get recrystallized. So a complete structural change of the original igneous and sedimentary rocks takes place, and they are converted, they are changed into a completely new type of rock. Such a rock formed by this process is called as metamorphic rock. So these rocks do not contain fossils at all. Fossils are only found in sedimentary rock. They are not found in igneous and metamorphic rock. So sedimentary rocks we have seen are porous, light and brittle, but the metamorphic rock are hard and heavy. Let us see the table on page number 42. Here is the table. The first column tells you about the type of rock. The original rock, then the photograph of that rock is shown there, and then its metamorphized name and the photo is given there. So let us see each one. Granite, which is a type of igneous rock. So original rock may granite, it is a type of igneous rock. Then you can see the picture of granite, and when it is changed, when it is metamorphized, it will change into gneiss, and the picture of gneiss is shown next. Let us see the next one. Basalt is a type of igneous rock. You can see the picture of basalt there, and it will be metamorphized to form amphibolite. Picture of amphibolite is shown. Limestone, which is a type of a sedimentary rock. Picture of limestone is given. It is changed, it is metamorphized, and metamorphic form of limestone is marble. Picture of marble is shown. Coal is a type of a sedimentary rock. it will be changed, it will be metamorphized into diamond. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock, gets converted into quartzite. Shell is a sedimentary rock which is converted, which is metamorphized into slate. So coal, you can see, undergoes a complete change. It is metamorphized and it will be forming diamond. Coal, which is used as a fuel, when it is metamorphized, diamond is formed, and diamond, which is very hard, it is used as ornaments. Now, the Taj Mahal at Agra, it is built in marble. Marble is a metamorphic rock. We have seen in the table that marble is a metamorphic form which is formed out of limestone. So original rock was limestone. After being exposed to heat and pressure, it has got converted into marble. So this marble, out of which the beautiful monument of Taj Mahal is made, was brought to Agra from mines in Makrana in Rajasthan. So all the way from Rajasthan, this marble was brought to Agra to build this magnificent monument. Now here you can see the Baheda Ghat, which is near Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. River Narmada can be seen flowing below. A beautiful gorge has been formed by this river, and you can see this gorge is cut to the rock marble. So the valleys, the steep side of the mountain that you can see are made up of marble, and very scenic beauty can be seen at sunrise, sunset and during full moon nights in this Baheda Ghat. In the picture on page number 43, you can see a boat in river Narmada. So boat ride are available to see the beauty of this, the scenic beauty of this place. Figure 7.5 of your textbook shows distribution of major rock types in Maharashtra. Carefully see the map. In the map, in the index, you can see that basalt is shown in light grey color. And in the map, you will realize that most of the districts in Maharashtra contains or are made up of basalt. So basalt is a major rock in Maharashtra. Dark grey is for granite. So you can see granite depositions. You can see granite in some part of Sindhudurga, Nanded, Yavatmal, Chandrapur, Gadchiroli, Nagpur, Bhandara and Gondia. That means you can see granite in eastern part of Maharashtra and in the southern part of Maharashtra. Laterite rock, laterite rock, which is shown with pink color, can be seen in Sindhudurga, that is in the lower part of Konkan area. You can see the rock found there is laterite type of rock, and sedimentary type of rock you will see in the Narmada Valley along in the northern part of Maharashtra, that is in Amravati, Akola, Jalgaon and Nandurbar district. So majority of part of Maharashtra, you will see is made up of basalt rock. So Maharashtra you will find basalt rock. Because of volcanic eruption, this rock has been formed, and in the southern part of Konkan you have seen there is laterite rock. That is why, because there is thick layer of basalt in Maharashtra, there are not Maharashtra is not having large reserves of mineral wealth. Whatever mineral wealth is available, it is there in the eastern part of Maharashtra as well as in south of Konkan. Now there is a famous Marathi poem where Maharashtra has been described in the following words: Rakat desha, Kankhar desha, Dagadancha desha. Rakat desha, Kankhar desha, Dagadancha desha. Now Maharashtra is described as Dagadancha desha. The reason is majority of Maharashtra or almost all the part of Maharashtra is made up of hard basalt rock. Okay. Now, what will you do? Ajit is interested in sculpting. He wants to prepare a sculpture of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He cannot decide which rock should be used for this purpose: igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic. What will you advise? You should advise Ajit to use sedimentary rock because sedimentary rock comparatively is softer, it is light in weight, so it becomes easy to carve in sedimentary rock as compared to igneous and metamorphic rock, which are hard. Thank you, students.